Hi there. Welcome to another Tuesday Tips with Terry. It's great to be here and have you sharing some time with me in your busy day. So thanks for doing that. I appreciate it. Today, I want to just give you a reminder about something that we very easily forget about when we're working in our business, and that is backing up our stuff. A lot of us actually learn the hard way that if we don't have a good backup, we get in trouble, if you know what I mean. Now, in today's world, everybody's moving to the subscription model. They call it the subscription economy, the membership economy, when really what it is it's making business easier for a lot of people because it's allowing them to pay for a service over time. And for the provider of that service, it's enabling them to actually have a consistent stream of revenue coming into their business. In fact, this is what I work with when I work with my clients, my speakers and my consultants, is I help them build a model in their business that includes multiple revenue streams, not just from their core business. And what that does is it not only leverages the content that they are creating and the value they are creating, but it also enables them to kind of, relax a little bit. It's like, yeah, we got money coming in over here. We got a little bit of money coming over there. And you can also see really quickly what people really want. So if you have one particular type of subscription plan of content or training or what have you, and you see people really consuming it, try to understand what that is. That they're consuming, so that way you can really balance it out nicely. But here's the thing, as consumers of subscription programs or software as a service, SaaS, those types of services we use to keep our business running, right? So you may pay a monthly fee for your web hosting. You may pay a monthly fee for a lead generation system. You may pay a monthly fee for an invoicing or bookkeeping software. You may also be subscribing to a monthly website that handles your CRM. So the more you think about it, the more it's like, holy crap, like every month there's like this drip, drip, drip of money going out because of all the services that you use. I mean, as a designer, I use Adobe Creative Suite. I also subscribe to their stock photos, so I get stock photos every month for my clients. I subscribe to Squarespace. I subscribe to MemberSpace. I use Copper for my CRM. I have Google Drive. I have Gmail. And then of course Facebook ads. So that's a drain every month when you're doing advertising. So, I mean, when you think about it, there's money going out that's running your business to outsource providers, to SaaS providers that are actually doing this work to help you run your business. And these are very efficient tools. They work great. And if it's a good company and they're keeping their software up to date and they're continually, adding more features to it and making it more valuable to you, they're going to keep you over the long term as a subscriber. But here's the trick. You have to make sure that you don't become too reliant on those subscription services. For example, if you're using a CRM, look what happened to Highrise recently. They had a great product. It was a product I was using and recommending to my clients. And then all of a sudden they just decided that they didn't want to continue developing the platform, which is a kind of lazy way to say, we're just not in this business anymore, but we're going to, keep the lights on for you. Which, when you make that kind of a decision in a business, I can understand, it's a tough choice. But what ended up happening was a lot of the subscribers to Highrise were faced with this, holy crap, I need to find a new CRM. And when you're working in a CRM, which is a customer relationship management tool, it is loaded. It's a database. It's loaded with content. It's loaded with interactions that you've had with leads, prospects, and clients over months, over years. It could be a really long time, could be really, really big. So what do? All of a sudden, you've got to dedicate this block of time to, figuring out, first of all, you got to shop for a new CRM, right? It took me probably 3 months to find Copper and to really decide that was the CRM that I wanted to use after I realized that Highrise was going away, essentially. And so what I ended up doing was I spent all this time and concern, like, oh my God, I got to find the right CRM, mainly because I recommend CRMs to my clients and I help them use them. So I wanted to make sure that the one I picked, the ones that I was vetting, were worth their salt and worth not only just good for me and how I like to work, but also referable to my clients. And then, like, once I decided it was Copper, then I had to go through the learning curve of how to use it because they're all different. Then I had to take all of my Highrise contacts and content and all of the assets associated with every single contact and export them out of Highrise and then import them into the new CRM. And this was incredibly time consuming. Believe me, it was something I did not really plan on doing. It was something that was important to me, so it had a sense of urgency, and it took me away from what I was really trying to accomplish. So now that's just one example of what could happen to a software as a service, right? Most cases, that's not going to happen. They may have, at worst case scenario, some downtime. Like your web host company could have a server outage and your website could go down. Something like that. So one of the things that you want to make sure that you're looking at with all of your software as a service is take a day, even if it's on a weekend or an evening, or spread it out over over a couple months, and just like every Monday night, I'm going to sit down and look at my subscription plans and the content I have out there and what's going on. And imagine if this went away or if this somehow got corrupted, what is my recovery plan? How do I take that data and bring it over to my world, like put it on a hard drive or store it in Google Drive, which is another software as a service, but create some backups of that information. Put it on Amazon server, AWS, right? Get it up there and put it in multiple places. I back up everything to a hard drive. I back up everything to AWS, and I also use Google Drive. And so because I have that redundancy, I know that at any given point in time, if my computer dies or if I lose a hard drive or whatever, you just gotta get hacked, whatever happens, get a virus on your computer that just like kind of blows everything out. You have to make sure that you've got that stuff backed up. And look at your software as a service subscriptions and make sure that you're not only using it efficiently, but that you're getting your money's worth out of it and you're backing up your data. So that's more of just kind of a cautionary tale with an actionable to-do list for you of going in and just looking at your subscriptions and seeing which ones are giving you ROI, that are easy to back up, where you can keep that data and use it for, cross-pollination or whatever you're doing. So just a little safety tip there on your Tuesday Tips today. If you have any questions or want to learn more about any of the things I talked about today, just send me an email at terry@better3.com or check out my stuff over at better3.com. All right, you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.